Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Hope you guys are staying warm. I'm back in the cold. I was down in Florida last week and it was great. Here, oh excuse me, it's about been in the 30s and 40s, so not too bad. But I'm totally looking forward to December 21st because that'll be the shortest day of the year, and then the days will slowly start to get longer. So I always look forward to the 21st of December, and then that way I know that the sun will slowly be coming back. So hope you guys, some of you are probably excited for that too. This video, well, first, welcome to my channel. This is my channel where I talk about cross stitch and talk about some of my sewing that I do. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for finding me. And if you've come back to watch me again, thank you. I appreciate it. This, if you guys have been watching other Flosstubes, is going to be a long one because I'll be doing a WIP Parade. And I'll do that according to the stitch finale that I have been doing my best to keep up with. And also, I'll be talking about my plans for 2025. So, sit tight, grab something to drink. I've got my little bubbly here, and we'll get started. So, for the stitch finale, I've been doing my best with getting through my WIPs. I've met some of the goals, haven't met all of them, especially in Florida, just been busy with family, enjoying time with them, enjoying the sun. So, haven't gotten a lot of stitching, but I've been able to touch the majority of my projects, which I'm really happy about. And I also got some haul, so that'll be excited to show you. So I have a huge, I say huge, I have a really big pile here. A lot of my stuff. Each of these bags have a few projects in them. So I'll just open them, and then I have my book here. Kind of like a book of days that I've kept up with pretty good for the year, and it's gonna help me. In the back I wrote all the notes for what I wanted to keep up with. So we will get started. In my first bag we've got, let's see, I think we've got 3 projects. So first one I'll show you will be Art Deco tree. So this one I actually did get to meet my 500 goal for part 1, because with these I think I have 14 WIPs, and I did the spinning wheel so that way they can come out twice, and each time that they come out the goal was to try to put 500 stitches in, which is a pretty big goal for me, but we were seeing how far it went. And I want to say at this point I've put like 600 stitches in, which is great. And I've actually liked it. Yeah, I thought the symmetry was going to kill me, but I've been going back and forth enough that it still kept my attention. So here it is. And let's see. I always have a tough time trying to get it up close for you guys. So it's actually looking good. It's been interesting because since this is one of Nora Corbett's Patreon designs, there really aren't any, or I don't think I've really seen any stitched up completely. And so I'm just going based off of her drawing and going based off of the pattern to see how it is going. And I was a little worried because Nora uses Karen water lilies, but I was very impatient with wanting to start this project. And so at my LNS, the Crafty Grimalkin, I used Classic Colorworks. This one, I mean the green one I'm already using, but the green one, it's Mistletoe. And then, which for Karen Water Lilies was going to be Emerald. And then for this one, for the bottom part, it would have been Bejeweled. Which I personally like this one because it's a bit more saturated. She wanted to use Pine Forest, and I actually had that one, so I bought these 2, and then I had Pine Forest, but it felt a little muted. And so the way that the project is going, I'm gonna use the Bejeweled, crossing fingers that it's still gonna turn out great. But that one I was happy of how much progress I got done on that one. And then the next one that I was happy to get some good progress on is Beauty and the Beast by Autumn Stitchery. And this one is one that I got 436 stitches on. Oh, sorry. For this one, the fabric is a 28 count linen by Atomic Ranch in the colorway Joy Lynn. It's my first time using Atomic Ranch, and I like it. So far, it's working well. Okay, so back to Beauty and the Beast. So this is what I've got done for her. Pretty much, I got all her hair done. I got her hair stitched, and whoop, I got the book here. And then I started putting in some of the outside back stitching, but I didn't put in the inside hair back stitching yet. I'll probably save that for near the end. I usually save back stitching till the end. But that was pretty much all that I worked on. And my goal is to continue working on the Sea Dragon's body. And I'll probably start back there, and then I'll work down into her tail. And the fabric is Mystery by Oak Crown Studios. And I've been enjoying it. I feel like the stitch finale has forced me to come back to some WIPs and just remember why it was that I liked it. So that one was a nice one to do. And then the other one in this bag is Shake Senora, which I was really happy to get some work done. And I think this one I did meet the goal. Yep, I did 529 stitches on her. Let's see if this will show. So really, I worked on a lot of that lighting, the white and light yellow. Worked on those white checkers. That's going to be Winona's skirt. And then working on the staircase. And this one is a 32 count linen, Raven, hand dyed by Rolanda. I am not sure if this is harder to work on than just straight up black. I feel like the black, since it's just a homogeneous black fabric, somehow is a little easier than different shades. Here it looks pretty bright with the light going, but when I'm not in good light, it just looks like multiple shades of black, and it kind of messes with my eyes. So this one's a little tough. But those are my projects that are in this bag. So we'll put those in. Threads are coming out. Are you doing that? There we go. Alright, bag one done. Second one is my Christmas bag. Let's see what we got in here. Alright, here I have two. So this one's Stone Roses by Mirabilia. This one's a 1995. And you'll hear it in my plans, but I do want to get her done. I started her in 23, and I feel like all the 23 patterns that I've started, I want to get done in 2025. I want to be able to say they're completed. Let's keep moving on. 2024 has been the year of starts, and 25 will be the year of starts too. Alrighty, so it is the big fabric because it's Chloris from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's a 22 count opal linen. She is huge. It is beautiful. I thought that this would go great with the monochromatic colors of Stone Roses. So this is how she looks. And I always start in the middle, and the middle ended up being her feet. So let's see if I can get this up close for you. Trying my best. So really I just worked on the outer edge. It's almost like a seashell where I just work curlicue to curlicue with each color until I can get it done. Are you guys getting a good look at it? I hope you guys are. And so This one, definitely the different shades of white and light brown are kind of affecting me, but I'm about to reach an area where the ribbons of red start. So that's going to be happy and exciting. The other one that I have in here is my mystery kitchen towel one. So this is a one where I'm letting you guys guess which one it is. I didn't see any comments on the other one, so you can comment this time. See if anyone gets it. So I worked mainly on the upper part of the body and got the beacon. This one I feel like I have to concentrate a little bit more because even though the kitchen towel is very similar to an Ada, it's got a lot of that fluffy backing to it. And if I'm not careful, I can bring some of that to the forefront, and I do not want that to happen a lot. So that's been a little tricky, but I think it'll look great once it's done. Got those. All right, now I've got my mermaid bag. And yes, we've got a couple of mermaids in here. Let's see. The one I worked on was Blackwater Sirens. I haven't watched any of the Harry Potter movies from 6 onward. I feel like I'll probably be able to do that now that I'm back here so that I can get some good work on her. But so far, really all I did was add on to her skin. Right, this is the Blackwater Siren Sal by Bella Filipina. And the huge, beautiful fabric is Melancholic Autumn by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And again, I am amazed at the speed of how some of these people have finished the parts. So the part that I'm on is part 2. People are already done with part 3. I don't know why. I don't ever learn my lesson of these types of styles. I just am not good at keeping up with them. I have my projects. Sometimes I like to focus on other things. And I don't like a time crunch. So I don't know if... I think I have to learn my lesson at some point of not wanting to do the sals, or if I want to do the sal, wait until the whole picture comes out, if possible. Because I don't want to keep stressing myself out. So I was Blackwater Sirens. Next one that I have is Gypsy Queen. And I haven't shown her in a long time. Last time I worked on her was April. So I got to do very, very small amount of stitches, but it's still something. So this is Gypsy Queen by Mirabilia. I mean, and she's beautiful. And I've seen some of the stitched, like the finishes of her, but on some those variegated or colorful fabrics, and she looks amazing. But I'm doing it on the called for fabric. And really all I did was work on this bottom part. The majority of the bust had been there since April, but I am working slowly but surely. I don't think she's gonna be a planned finish for the year, but I will slowly work on her. Stone Roses is one that I'm definitely wanting to finish for 2025, but not Gypsy Queen. Gypsy Queen, we're gonna continue moseying. Okay. The other one that I did not work on for Stitch Finale, because I could only bring so many projects. I brought all those projects down to Florida so that I can rotate through for each day, but I didn't bring this one. It's not in timeout or anything. I just haven't really wanted to put that much time into it. We'll see when I can bring it out. But it's Vampyrum, the Vampyrum Sal by Noctiflora, another Sal. And here it is. Right. And I think it's great. Like, I love the vibe. I love the blood, the gothic writing. I do like all the vampires, the teeth. I just, again, get kind of like anxious, stressed, seeing everyone make so much progress and then me kind of falling behind. So it just kind of puts me in a little bit of a freeze. So now that granted, the whole pattern's out now. And I am one that I still like to follow the SAL. So I like to follow and do the pieces according to when the SAL came out. But now I feel like I can do it stress-free because the SAL's already done. And whoever finished it, congratulations. I'm happy that you finished it. But if there's anyone who hasn't finished it, don't feel bad. I'm with you. It'll get done someday. And then it's just kind of in my little cute gothic bag. Okay. Next one is my huge vintage Halloween bag. Got a couple here. And one of them, I totally forgot to show you in the last video. And I worked on it then. I didn't work on it. I worked on it probably the day after I filmed as well. And I didn't bring it down to Florida because I had already reached my goal for the stitch finale. So I put in 517 stitches on her. And I was just really happy that I got to work on her. So this is the Seasonal Mermaid Sal by Bella Filipina. And I am working on the Autumn Mermaid. So let me put my bag up here so I can show you. Alright, so I've already got my 2 finishes of spring and summer. And then I got started on autumn. And again, I got motivated by, I believe it's Catherine's Stitching Chronicles and then Andrew the Runner Stitcher, because Catherine's already finished hers and Andrew finished autumn. But I really liked how they did the skin color conversion because autumn skin does look a bit gray. And so seeing that it is possible for her to still look great and not have gray skin, it got me motivated to continue stitching her. And I forgot how easy, like it feels really easy to get the tail done. To get the tail and the accessories done, the part that's going to kill me is going to be the skin because I did not understand what 1/2, 2/2 meant. And I did her skin 2/1 full cross. So skin is thick. And it was actually at the Queen City Stitch Retreat I commented on that, how I'm kind of apprehensive of doing that. And one of my table mates recommended, like, why don't you do 2/1, but 10th stitch? I went, you know what? That may actually work. So I'm going to do that with Autumn Mermaid. We are going to see how that goes. But I got all of that done. I haven't done the writing of the seasons because I want to convert them into Spanish. So I gotta put some time into figuring that out. And then the other one that I was happy to get some work on is the Nostalgia Tarot by the Witchy Stitcher. And with this one, I did meet my goal. So I actually got 659 stitches, which I am totally counting that for the second half. So, right, my goal in general is to do 1,000 stitches for the month. So the fact that she's got 659, I am totally counting that into part 2. And I am loving the colors. So this is what I got. Last time when I showed it, I only had like the 5. Does it come up again? I only had the 5 stitches that were like here on the green. So now I'm happy to have a completed R, A, and working on that T. And I think I'm going to do something semi-crazy where I want to be able to work on the frame and on the cards at the same time. So the first card that I think I'm going to do is High Priestess. There is no real reason why I chose her. I just wanted a card. That wasn't the Fool because I feel like, well, I'm going to have to stitch the Fool anyway at some point, but I feel like that would have been a little too obvious since it's normally the first one in the Major Arcana. But I just wanted to stitch one of the ones that she has mapped out to be on the top. So I'm going to do as much of the lettering that I need to be able to start going down the frame, and then I can start working on High Priestess while I'm doing that. So, again, we'll see how far I go. I think finishing the T in the tarot will probably get me the rest of the stitches that I need for the stitch finale. And I will slowly work my way through that. I feel like it's... I don't know if I would consider it a sal. It probably is a sal. It's a stitch along because she's coming out with the cards incrementally, but I'm not as stressed out with it. I feel like it's one that if I get done, I get done, but I don't feel pressure to get it all done. Don't know. Weird feeling, but I'm okay with it. Okay, so that is that one. So this is a WIP that I haven't worked on at all this year. Not since I showed it to you in my last WIP Parade. Which I am very, chagrined about. Why do I not have the copy here? I'll have to put a picture up. But it is, or do it. I may have to. It is Deep Sea Mermaid by Mirabilia. And it is beautiful. And I do want to work on it. I just haven't this year. So... I still have my whopping 12 stitches on it. So that's it. That is it. This is the called for fabric for them. But I will slowly work on it. There's like a month in May that I'm planning to just dedicate to mermaids because it's Mermaid. Granted, I have some other mermaids that I want to work on. There's a mermaid I'm going to start that I'll talk to you about in my plans. But that's them. And I haven't worked on it, and I'm kind of sad. But I want to be able to finish Mirabilias. I want to be able to finish those big pieces. I've got one done, and that's my Twisted Mermaids, which I absolutely love, super proud of. And I'm wanting to do more. So I think, I put more work in Gypsy Queen and in Stone Roses. So I'm probably going to try to try to fight it out between the two of just which one can I get done in 2025. And then Deep Sea Mermaids will slowly get worked on. Okey-dokes. And then this is my new bag that I made. I made it this week. I made it Monday. Look at her. Isn't it cute? It came from a panel of Marilyn Monroe portraits. And I bought the different card deck symbols. Obviously, I can't think of the words. And this is the back. I am so happy with how she turned out, and I love the size of this bag. And then it was really hard trying to find something that's a little creative, outlandish, but it wasn't going to completely mess up the whole thing. So it's one of Josephine Wall's creations. They've got peacocks, which I feel like is definitely Marilyn Monroe. So in here, let's see which ones I've got. Oh, I don't have any. Those are my hauls. That will come up soon. I guess I just got that excited to show you the bag. Okay. I think the only one on this list that I haven't showed, and I am very sad about it, because I'm very sad. I'm very humbled. Maybe that's the word. I am humbled. And I admire all the designers out there who design cross-stitch, because it is not easy to do conversions. Or it's not as easy as I thought. I think this was one of the first ones that I tried to do a conversion on, and it did not go well. So this one is Pretty Python by Needlepoint Designs. And in the original design, it is a beautiful python that is mainly the colors of blue beige, and it's on a light beige background with some flowers around. And I looked at it and I thought, oh my god, this is amazing. I want to do it in that color, but I would also love it if it was red. And then what if it was black and white? And what if it was purple? And oh my god, I just went to like, what if it was a rainbow python? What if I just had a series of rainbow colored python, right? Like yellow, green, blue, red, purple. That would be amazing. And I wanted to do the red one. And I especially wanted to try to use Pirate Robin's Black Dahlia because of the variegation in it. Like, it just, I really liked it. I was really into it. And I was like, I want to do that. So I tried doing a conversion of the Needlepoint design from blue to red. But mainly using the Black Dahlia. So I tried. And I think there were two different things that I did not like. One, it's on a white background. And I thought this was going to be good, but I think this was way too much of a contrast. Like the beige background that the original one is on, I think helped, yes, pop out some of those colors, but not make it so, I don't know, so much contrast. So I'm not liking the white. This is just a typical like antique white. And then I was not happy with what I decided to do conversions for parts of the flowers. So essentially these were the areas for the gradients of the flowers. And it's very hard. Much harder than I thought of how to get these cohesive colors together, because this is kind of an auburny, cool-ish red, but then all of a sudden it jumps to a warm orangey red, and that is definitely not the conversion that I wanted. So do I want to do the pattern? Yes, I'm gonna do the pattern, and I'll for sure likely do the original one for the blue aspect of it. I may have to restart this one though, which kind of kills me. I mean, sure, it looks like there's a good amount of stitching, but thankfully it's not a lot. Like, it's not the whole piece. The other thing I was thinking of doing is I want to try just dyeing this fabric so that it's beige. And to do that, like, I'm even thinking just in tea. So just getting some like black tea, kind of dilute it so that way it can turn into a beige and dunk it. And I have half of mine of just dunking this. Like, just dunking the pattern and seeing, and goodness, Hail Mary. Like, Hail Mary, let's see what this does to the threads, and if it messes it up, then so be it, it messes it up. I may actually pull out those colors that I didn't like, so that way they're just out. I may also pull the inner ones too. It's just like a light pink. And I'll keep the Pirate Robins, and goodness gracious, like I said, I'll throw huge prayers and just see how it goes. In my mind, I am assuming, and people shouldn't assume, but I'm assuming since it's already saturated, and if it's like a light dilution of the tea, it won't fudge up those threads as much. But who knows, right? Because it's not really color fast, and it for sure can bleed, and it probably will bleed. But that's where I'm just like, do I do it? Do I not? But I think it will be a restart, and maybe I will, and maybe I'll just start it as its original, because the blue python looks beautiful too, and that may help me just see what her process was, how it felt to do the gradients with the colors, and maybe I'll be more comfortable with trying to change the gradients on any future pythons if I decide to do it again. Or I just make the one python a rainbow. Again, I would probably mess it up. I don't know. We'll see. It will get completed. That pattern will get completed, but oh, I feel like this will not be in the rotation for 2025. I'm kind of sad. Is that called the UFO I never wanted a UFO. It happens, right? It happened. It's okay. I can give myself permission to do that. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, right? I'll get a sign to be able to do something with it. That is my UFO. Okay. Those were my WIPs. Thank goodness that it was 14 of them. Still kind of freaks me out. I think in total this year I've done like 19 projects, which means I've had 5, supposedly 5 finishes. I feel like I've had a little more, but definitely at least 5. So I was happy with those. And I know some of them were gifts, so I won't see those. That is not true. I don't know where it went. I haven't showed you my other one. You belong to me. The Egypt Long Dog Sampler. It's hiding. It's hiding in my things. I'll slowly try to find them. I know it's in one of the bags that I brought. Why it's hiding, I have no idea. But it is being naughty and hiding from me. Alright. We'll go into haul, and then we'll go into plans. Okie dokes. So for haul, down where I am, there is a needlepoint store. Kind of loud. There's a needlepoint store. It's called Paradise Needlepoint, and I like it. I just discovered it in October, but I like it because, oh my goodness, it has three rooms of specialty threads and beads. I was like, oh my gosh, you have face-to-face stock Mill Hill beads and Miyuki Delica beads, and you have all the versions of like Rainbow Galleries, and you have Glorianas and Dingy Dyes, and I think that Thread Color Works. I don't know. They had so many. I went, oh my goodness. Like, I can just, instead of ordering online, just pull up a list of which ones I need and go to the store. So I was so excited. So I was a little more prepared this time to come up with a list of what specialty threads I needed so I can go and shop around. One, needlepoint is really expensive. I mean, it's cute. And kudos to whoever hand paints those canvases. But I don't think I'm ever going to pay $150 to just stitch over a painted canvas. I would rather just buy the canvas as it is and put it on my wall instead of stitching over that. That's a really expensive hobby. I mean, I know cross-stitching's expensive, but goodness gracious, to like, for $150 a piece. There were some that were, I'm not kidding, $500 a piece for the design that was painted on a canvas. I went, who? I mean, I can't say who. There were completed projects there, so people do it. But of course, it's Naples, and that's, like, people can afford that, but I can't. So that is not a craft that I will be entering. I will continue with my cross-stitching, which I absolutely love, and I have 0 issues with. I will continue doing my craft, and I'll continue developing my love with it. But I did go for the threads. And of course, it occurred. I got so frustrated. I went, because there's a project that I will talk about that I'm planning to do in 2025. It was beyond impulse. I saw the design and I said, yes, absolutely. It was the first time. Not the first time, you've heard me say that, but it was one of those designs that I saw it and immediately just said, you know what, F it, I am going to do it. I've never done specialty stitches. Don't think I've ever done anything this big. I will probably mess it up. I don't care. I will do it. And so they had a list of Delica beads. I think they needed like 20 different types of Delica beads. I put the list in. I went to that store and they had none of the beads that I needed. Mind you, they had like 100 different types of Delica beads. They had so much variety, but not the ones that I needed. I went, what? Why? Why? And then I looked online, and yes, online they're available, but not face to face. So I was like, okay, fine. But I did get some specialty threads, and I said, you know what, that's okay. So I'll show some of those. But yeah, I was just like, why are we here? So I got a set of Rainbow Galleries. Super shiny. Super, super shiny. I got multiple Krynics. I'm really excited for some of those. Like, look at that. And mind you, these are ones that like the pattern calls for. I'm very excited for it. It's like that one and this one. Super pretty. And then I did get some dinky dyes, and I've never worked with Threadworks, which the pattern called. This one's really cute. It's called Desert Flowers. But look at it. I know. And then their dinky dyes were the same price as they were online, so they were $5. So I got, and the ones I got, because I try my best to be cost effective. Again, I try my best. That if there were any that didn't have huge variegation, like they looked, I don't know, they looked about to be the same color, then I'm gonna convert those to DMC. Because I don't got that much money. But look at those. Super cute. So those are dinky dyes, and then Gloriana. Which again, similar thing. If they are not super variegated, then I was gonna just change for the DMC version. But these were variegated. I think I really like this one here. This one is, ooh, bluegrass. That one's cute. But these were expensive. I mean, right? Like we think 1-2-3 Stitch was expensive. They were definitely poking an eye out for me. They were each $9. $9. That's where I only stayed with these. I went, no, thank you. I can't afford that many and that price. Those I will likely be ordering online, or if any other retailers sell it for cheaper. I think my LNS has some. They're definitely cheaper than even $1 to $2. That goes a long way. But I got a few things. That was cool. And then I went to Home Sense, which is like a home goods. It's in the same Marshall's world. And I got a frame that I thought was really cute. And I think it's big enough for me to put a project in. Look at it. Isn't it cute? It is like a velvety soft. Super cute. It was in green as well, but the one that I saw was in red. And I felt like it was big. It was an 8x10. So I thought, okay, I know I can fit something in an 8x10. So that was really nice. And then I got a lot of fabric. This is going to be for one of the Sal's. And it was one of those situations where I got a fat quarter. This is raw opalescent Belfast linen. And I got 4 of them because they were cut in the appropriate size that I would need for the patterns. But if I got its equivalent, but just as a one solid piece, they're going to charge me like, 1-2-3 Stitch was going to charge me like $20 or $30 more. And I went, no, I can just get that same amount of fabric already cut for cheaper. So that's what I did. So that is my home. Okay. Now we're going to go on to plans. I started doing plans probably a couple weeks ago. And my plans is kind of starting, well, I'll be starting, how many? The number killed me. We're going to count here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17. 17 starts! Oh, that kind of hits the soul. Of those 17 though, I do plan to want to finish, what, like 7 of them? Which is something. We'll see if it happens. But I've got 17 starts. And they're coordinated. They're like staggered. So I'm not just starting them all at once. So we can go by month. I feel like I thought it'd be cute to just make them into like a calendar style. And I'll just put each month up. So that way you guys can kind of see it visually. And I'll also put the picture up as well. Alrighty. Get ready. So for 2025, we have some goals. Like I said, we've got some starts, but I also got some finished plans. And I am calling this year, I thought it was going to be the year of full coverage, but it's changed. It is going to be the year of mandalas. Oh yeah. And this is one of those, when I saw the project that I like totally freaked out and said I need to do, I just knew, like, okay, we're gonna start multiple and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna give ourselves permission and we're gonna do it. And I was already starting to kit up these for Black Friday. Black Friday, I was already kitting up a few and I thought, no, I'll wait. Like, if they come and I'll start them at some point in the future. Nope. If I've got the fabric, if I've got the beads, the DMCs and all that stuff, like, they'll come. We're getting them started. We're starting them. And I'll show the pictures. I will show you because Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers has collaborated with a company, like a website that is able to allow you to superimpose cross-stitch patterns on top of their fabric, but not just their fabric. They have like Under the Sea. They have, I think, Witchelt and a few other stores who have their catalog of fabrics, and you can choose the fabric as the background with the cross-stitch pattern of multiple designers. And that changed the way that I pictured these. And I will try to post up here what those pictures look like for those mandalas, because to me, it looked gorgeous. And yes, I ordered the fabrics, and I am crossing my fingers and toes that when they do come in, they, like, the vision that I have will manifest successfully. We will see. But I'm so excited. Okay, we'll start. So, for January, we've got 3. We've got 3 starts. 3 starts! So, one of them is going to be one of them, you guys have heard me talk, is going to be for Allison's birthday sal. So, she's doing the Disney Princess birthday sal. And I am starting 2 of them for her. Because she, I believe, is working on 2, and Stephanie's working on 2. So I wanted to be able to do that. The fabric that I just got, the raw opalescent linen, is going to be for Cinderella. So I'm going to start Cinderella because that not only is the first one of the series from Brooke's Bookstore, but it's also Allison's favorite princess, and so I want to start it for her. And then the second one I want to start is the Disney Princess silhouette design. And that one, the fabric I got, I thought was going to be for Eggnog Latte, which I haven't started. I will not start. That one's going to be in the back burner for a bit. Because I saw it, and I think it's a 32 count. And as a 32 count, if I do 1/1, which mind you, this thing is big, it fits on the fabric that I got. And I go, okay, I'm not going to order the black fabric. This fits perfectly. I will start on it. So I've got the fabric for those. I've collected the threads for those. We are going to start those come January 1st. If I'm not doing anything, who knows what's happening New Year's. I don't know. I'm probably working. I think I'm working that week. So we'll do that. And then the third one that I'm going to start is the Stitch for Pride sal. I know. It's a sal. Haven't learned my lesson yet. This one I really liked how the 2024 sale was done for D20 Stitches. I hadn't heard of him until Stephanie and Allison chatted about him and showed their progress, and I really liked the way that theirs were turning out, and so I started looking at Instagram to see the different types of styles. So I was like, okay, I really want to do the one in 2025. I got a bit of FOMO as well with the fact that he only lets it be open for about a few weeks. So I think at the end of December is when it closes, and then you can never get that pattern again. So the FOMO is hitting, and I ordered it. And I also got the recommended fabric for it. Got that one, which I'm going to do on linen. 32 count is my favorite count, so I'm going to do it on that. But the threads, I wanted to try to use some unique threads. They already put out their thread list, so I tried to do some changes with Pirate Robin and with Night Stalker Calling. I've never used their threads, but they look cool. So I think I'm going to do some DMC. I already did some conversions with Pirate Robin and the Night Stalker Calling. So depending on what the design is, I either will go with the DMC or I'll try those threads. So we'll see how that turns out. That's January. For February, in the art world, February by FIFO, she made it as Funguary. So they do different prompts to draw different fungi in however interpretation you want of it. So in the cross stitch, for me in the cross stitch realm, I am going to start one of the mushroom frogs from Forest Embroidery. So I already did their Amanita Bistro. The one I'm going to start is the Morel Cinema. So I will start then. The last one, the Amanita one, I did in like 3.5 weeks. So but granted, I focused on it. We'll see if I can do something similar with that. But that's the one that I'm going to start. And then I'm also going to start on Aries. And that one I have here. I think I have here. Who knows? Yep. I have here. So this one, if you would have seen a couple videos ago, I have all the fabrics to be able to do the zodiac designs, but I am organizing them by elements. So I am putting all the dedicated elements into a fabric. So I've got the fire zodiacs on this one. This is appropriately named Fire Dancer by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And in November, I completed Sagittarius, which was exciting, right? So that is her, if you hadn't seen her. And where the safety pins are, that is where the next two fabrics are going to go. So my goal, in general, because I am super happy that I get to go to the Mirabilia retreat in Australia, in Brisbane. I signed up for that like back in June when it opened, and I've been planning for that, been getting ready for that, and so I'm definitely bringing Twisted Mermaids to be able to show, but I wanted to be able to complete a Nora Corbett. So right, I got a Mirabilia brand completed. I want to do a Nora Corbett, which I know I've got Sagittarius, but I would love to have the compilation of all the fire zodiacs done. So that's Aries, and then Leo. So I'll show you Leo here. I said these weren't bad. Sagittarius took me, again, 3 weeks. So I want to be able to get these done as Nora Corbett brand. And then the Art Deco tree that I've been showing is like a Patreon Nora brand. So Patreon exclusive brand still for Nora Corbett. So those are my, like, I'm already going ahead. Those are my goals for March, but I'm starting Aries in February. So that goodness, so I can get that one completed, because my goal is to complete that one in that time frame, so that way I can start Leo. So right, we got the Morel Cinema and Aries for February. And then on the 3rd, in March, we're gonna do Leo. So hopefully, because the retreat is the 15th and 16th of March. So I am hoping that I can get Leo done in those first couple of weeks of, first couple weeks of March. And I want to get Art Deco Tree done. I think if I really push it, because I want to get Gorgeous done, and I want to get Art Deco Tree done by, if anything, ideally by this year, like by December 31st. But for sure, I want to be able to get Art Deco Tree done for March. And then I put here the super lofty goal. Super lofty, like, ain't gonna happen. It was Stone Roses. I put here Stone Roses done. Stone Roses ain't gonna be done by March. I would love it if Stone Roses got like 50% way done, but we are gonna chip at that. The goal is to get her done this year, or in 2025, but not by March. Again, I was being super ambitious. But no, the ones for sure would be the Fire Zodiac Designs and Art Deco Tree. So we got those. So March is Mirabilia month. It's the Mirabilia retreat. That's what I'm focusing on. April is going to be where I'm starting Venus. That's where I'm still with my goal that, I didn't show you. I am missing a bag. I knew it. I am missing a bag because I didn't show you Mars, and I did a lot of work on Mars. And I bet you that same bag has all my stuff for... I knew it. That's okay. I'm not going to go up there and get it. So, Mars is going to get done this year. I'm getting it done December 31st. That one for sure. Mars has to get done. The stitching, done. So, April, I'm planning to start Venus. And again, Venus is one that I am going to try to get done by the end of 2025. Those girls have to get done. My goal is, gosh darn, because there's 10 of them. I can't believe I'm going to be working on this darn project for 10 years. Because each one is taking a year. So I'm just like, no, we are getting it done. So that's what's going to happen in April. We're going to do Venus. And then I also wanted to start one of my monthly fairies, because I talked about it in my vintage video, but I want to be able to complete all the fairies. I've done January through May. June is in timeout, / I'm going to have to restart her on a bigger sheet of Ada. So she's probably going to be last. But the one that I'm going to just start is July. So, nope, that ain't going to work. So July is that bottom one. So that is the goal that I'm going to get done for April. I remember when I stitched them, they weren't bad stitches. They went pretty fluid. I'm hoping I can get at least half of her done, if not the whole thing. But those are my goals for April. And then May is Mermaid. So in the art world, you'll probably start to notice that a lot of artists make prompts to be able to draw different mermaids throughout the month. And so that is when I am planning to start the Periwinkle Mermaid by Whittier Stitches. And that is the raffle, one of the raffles that I so wonderfully won at the Queen City Stitch Retreat, where that project is all kitted up. She got me the pattern, which I can show here. She got me, it was amazing. Right, so got the pattern. That is her. And she was awesome enough to be able to give me the options for the different skin tones. And she, in the pack for it, got all the colors for any of the skin tones that I would want to do. So, she's all packed up. She's got her fabric. She's got her threads. Somehow I got some needles in there. Got my needle minder. Got a bunch of stuff. So, she's going to get started on. And let's see. And I think this is going to be the first start of one of the mandalas. I'm starting the mandalas after March because I want to really focus on getting some of these pieces done for the Mirabilia retreat. That's like the big event that I am trying to prepare for. But the first one is Festive Fervor by ToToo Stitch. She's a stitcher that I found out about this year, and she does designs that are similar to Chatelaine, but they don't look like copies. They look like her own designs. I think they're a little more repetitive than the Chatelaines, but a few of the big ones are diverse enough that it would definitely keep me engaged. And I've bought in some of her patterns. Actually, a decent amount of her patterns. But this one, when I saw it, I just immediately did check out. And I've got the beads. I've bought a decent amount of the specialty threads. I haven't kitted up the DMCs, but I mean, I have plenty of DMCs, so I will get that all together. This was the first time that I had to buy the beads myself. Like, we've been fortunate enough that European Cross Stitch already gives the bead packs for the Chatelaine Designs. I don't know of them doing that or anyone doing that for her, for ToToo. So I had to go one by one. Thankfully, there were stores that sell them and sell a lot of the ones that I needed. I think there were probably like 3 or 4 that I wasn't able to get my hands on, but that's okay. We can figure that out as time goes. But I got all those. The fabric I still need to buy. I think 123 Stitch is where I'm going to be able to get that. Unless I can try my LNS and see, but it's going to be a big piece. I think it's 392 by 392. It's huge, but it caught my attention so hard. Like, the circus vibes and the fact that each corner was a bit different. Right? They're like, each of the corners had different themes. They had different people on the other diagonals. And even the hot air balloons, they were all different colors. So even though it's the same design, it's a different color. It grabbed me so hard by the heart that that's what I bought it. So I'm going to start that one. So that is when I'm starting. So that's May. So May is the beginning of all the mandalas. Next one, which is a little bit different, is, the next one is June. Sorry, my nose is really doing the itchy thing. Can't think for a second. June is my birthday month, and I told myself last year I wanted to start Baroque Gardens from Chatelaine on my birthday. I am still planning to do that. And I got her kitted up in 2023, I want to say. I have her in my own handmade. Well, I've made all my project bags, but I made a project bag dedicated for it. It's got the threads. It's got the beads. The fabric, I sent a message. I wanted to get it from Oak Crown Studios. And I'm going to have to email her just to be like, hey, are you still able to do it? Because I think she has her garden fabric, which is almost like that sage green. But I think it would look really good for this one. So I'm going to have to reach out to Amy again to be able to get that fabric so that I can get started. I told her, like, it would be fine to be able to take a break because she was really busy with the Queen City Stitch Retreat. But now that we're coming into January, I want to be able to get that fabric so I can get started on her. So that's Baroque Gardens. And then I still plan to sew during this time. Like, that's extra on top of my cross stitch stuff. But one thing that I would like to dabble as a crafter is quilts. And I would like to start a quilt on my birthday month as well. So I've had this book for years, I don't know, like 5 years. And it is Stash Statement. And it's got some really cute quilts. But the one that has caught my attention that I really wanted to start is called Old Glory. And as you can probably listen to, it is an American flag. But I feel like it's a unique one. Look at it. Like, I think it looks beautiful. And I want to start this one. Have I ever quilted? No, but I know how to use a sewing machine. And so I think it'd be great. They have other ones that are like, super cute. There's one here that has angel wings, which I thought was really creative. And then the cover one is super cute. And so, but my goal is to get the Old Glory completed. Or started. So we're going to start that one. So that'll be my first quilt ever that I make. So we're going to do a quilt and we're going to do Baroque Gardens in June. July, we're going to start. I have a start and a finish goal for this one. So we're going to start the American Quilt Sampler that is by Rosewood Manor. So this one I got during the marketplace. And I really like it. I think it's really cute, patriotic. I'm not really into patriotic. This would be my first patriotic stitch. That's a lie. Technically the July Fairy will be my first patriotic with her dress, but this will be my first American flag. Have I kitted it up? No. Trying to think. So I have to get the fabric if I don't have anything on hand, which I don't think I do. But this is the one that I'll be starting. So I'll start that one. And then the goal is to finish the seasonal mermaid sale. So that's my goal. Get that one done. So that'll be the first goal finish. Okay. August. Actually, I probably fudged this up. August has a new start. And there's another mandala. So there's a second mandala. And it is the Pomerium mandala. So it's the one with all the fruit trees. And when I put it next to this fabric, I died a happy death. And I said, yes, I want that. So I got so I ordered the fabric. And I bought the pattern. I bought the beads. Still working on kitting up with the threads and the specialty threads. But those things are going to get done and I'm going to start that. It looked so good. Who knows if, like, in practice, so when actually doing it, it's going to look super crazy because of the way that I have to organize and try to make it all look semi-cohesive like it does in the picture. But we are going to do our darndest to make it happen. So that's going to be the next, so that's August. I think in August I supposedly put here to finish the Mermaid Sale. So either way, I get July and August to be able to finish the Mermaid Sale. And to do 2 starts. In September, thank God, September I've got 1 new start. And that is another frog. Whoop, give me a second. Alright, are you back? I had someone try to call me, so I'm sorry. So this one, for September, we're going to start another mushroom frog. So this one's going to be the toadstools. And again, we're going to do our best to bust this one out. Because my goal, really with the mushroom frogs from Forest Embroidery, is to get them all done and to make them into pillows. Because I want 4 beautiful series pillows that I've cross-stitched. And they look semi-cohesive. How I'm going to finish these pillows, I don't know yet. Like, I don't know if I'm going to put pom-poms. I don't know if I'm going to put ribbons. I haven't figured that out yet. I just know they're going to be pillows. So that's what I'm going to do in September. I'm going to start the toadstool frog. Granted, if I haven't finished the Morelli Cinema, I will work on that as well. So that's going to be the month of frogs, September. And then in October, I am going to enter the lottery to see if I can get into the Queen City Stitch Retreat this year. If I get it, then my plan is to go. If I don't, then that's okay. Then I hope hope other people enjoy it. But that's my plan. So I'm trying to get some finishes to be able to go for that. But it's also the month of new starts. And I plan to start another mandala. And this is the Poison Plant mandala. Very popular one. I love me some poison plants. And I want to be able to start that one too. So we're going to do that. And I also want to start a Bewitching Pixie by Nora Corbett. And this is one where I am contemplating of mixing it up in the sense of putting these two pixies together. Hopefully I've got them up here and it looks it looks understandable. But that's kind of been my take with trying it with these Bewitching Pixies, is to mix it up a bit. Kind of make a collage of a couple of them together. So I'm going to probably start with this one. So we're going to do those. And then entering November, the goal is to finish those pixies. Starting them in October, finishing them in November, because it's Nora November. And then in November, the plan is to start another Zodiac series. So right after that, I've got air, water, and earth. I have a feeling, for some reason, the next one is probably going to be earth. My sign is Gemini, and that's an air. I have a feeling that one's going to be the last one. I don't know why, but it is. So I think I'm going to go for earth. Earth, and then water, and then air. But we're going to start a new Zodiac. And then in December, my goal here is to, one, finish Venus that we started in April. So we're going to finish her. And then we're starting the last mandala. And that's the deep blue mandala. That one, I bought the beads and the specialty threads back in 2023. So the first ones that I ever bought from Chatelaine were Baroque Garden and Deep Blue. When it comes to some of these new ones, like, I just go big. I go big, and it either is amazing or it blows up in my face. So I wanted Baroque Gardens off the bat. Knew it, was going to do it. And then Deep Blue, I really like the way that like the ocean animals and the fish came out. So planning to do that one, but I just really was kind of skittish about starting that until now. That 2025 is the year of mandalas, so we're going to do it. And let's see. So from those, I mean, those are pretty much it. Like, that is a heavy duty year. Don't hold me to it. I feel like I have to give myself grace, right? I do my best. There are sometimes days, even weeks, that I just don't get as much stitching because life, right? I am not blessed to have passive income at this point. I don't just have money coming into my bank account without me working, so I have to work. And the type of work that I do is some weeks more time intensive than others. Normally it's 8 to 5. Some weeks I'm on Monday through Sunday and I'm working 7 to 7. So I have to give myself grace and be okay that some weeks I just won't get as much stitching done. I also have a very lovely boyfriend who loves to spend time with me, and I love to spend time with him. And I am still going through my reconciliation process of that time with him, which is very important, right? That's human contact. So it's the idea that, like, I'm in this, right? I'm in this life. We're all in this life. And I know I'm going to get philosophical here, but the things that are going to make our journey in this world, for me, it's the experiences, the imprints, the interactions that we do have with humans, whether face-to-face, whether virtual, whether on the phone, just interaction with humans. I don't like talking with humans that much. I am an introvert, even though the work that I do is very extroverted. So yeah, I come home exhausted, but I decided on a life partner, and I want to be able to grow with him. And I want to be able to connect with my family too, be able to see friends that I've nurtured friendships with. And all those things are very important. Like, that technically takes precedence over my hobby. But I love this hobby. This hobby is huge. It's a therapy session. We go in and it's very cathartic. It's very beautiful because we are using our hands to produce this beautiful work. Sometimes the work doesn't have to be productive. Like, I'm not building a car. I'm not building skyscrapers. I'm not inventing cures or anything that, is going to go down in history per se. But I'm doing something that is beautiful and our community cherishes that. Like, we love the beauty in being able to create art with these stitches. So I'm still in that reconciliation of human contact, making those memories, nurturing those relationships that I do appreciate and value, but also being able to enjoy this work. So again, I just have to give grace that if I don't complete all my tasks that I've had for 2025, that's okay. And technically, if I have to prioritize completing a project to creating new or beautiful memories with people, the right thing for me is to be able to create those memories. So it's okay. It's okay if I start these and I don't finish them. And it's okay if I don't keep my promises. Like, I'm sorry. I'm human, and we all love to have goals. That's kind of what motivates us to be able to complete these things. So we just have to have grace. And I hope that you guys feel that way too when you guys make all these plans. And if you don't get through all of them, that's okay. It's the journey, right? It's the journey. I love having completed projects. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing it completed, and I need to frame my finished works. But it's all a journey. It'll be there. Like, it will be there waiting for us. All right. Coming down from a philosophical standpoint. So, thank you for lasting this long, looking at my WIPs, hearing my crazy plans for 2025. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your winter. I hope you guys get excited about the day after December 21st, because the days are going to start slowly getting longer. And that you have a good rest of your holiday. I think the next time that I see you is going to be closer to our New Year. And so I will let you know if I've completed any of the projects that I've been wanting to complete for December, if I've finished kitting up any of the plans for January, and yeah, ring in the new year. So hope you guys have a good night. I will see you guys soon.